Okay, everybody, we're back again. And we had another weekend of the NFL football. Some surprises, disappointments, discussed. Once again, let me just start with Daryl. I mean, I think Houston had a bye week, right? And next week they're playing in Seattle. They did have 2 good weeks in a row. I know Seattle's got a little better record. What do you think? Are they going to pull this off against Seattle and keep going?
Yeah, I think so. The thing about it is, I'm always going to make a big deal about this defense. And,
Yeah.
the big thing is, I think back to last season, I saw this defense whoop up on Josh Allen. They had 2 interceptions on Josh Allen, who is actually I think right now is the best quarterback in the league. But then also, we picked out Jared Goff 5 times last season. And all season long, they gave quarterbacks hell. So, Sam Darnold, I think he's good, but he doesn't scare me. I mean, you say Josh Allen, I go, oh. Jared Goff, and I go, oh. But you go Sam Darnold, and I say, man, we're gonna eat his lunch. I mean, we're gonna take care of business there, man. But you know what? Hey, it's gonna be a big Monday night showdown. And like you say, the last 2 weeks, C.J. Stroud looked very confident. I mean, he was dropping back the pass, planting his feet in the pocket. He's making good moves, rolling out, moving around when he needed to. But I think he'll be good. I think he'll be good. We have some really, really young, talented receivers and backs that we can spread the ball around to, like we did against Baltimore and against the other team that we played. What was that? I don't even remember what it was, Tennessee, but this year is going to prove to us whether or not this offense has really turned it around, because this is that quality defense that I've been talking about. So, I would like to see them, like I told you before, if they could play about 65% better than they did those games where we lost at the beginning of the season, they played way better than 65% better the last 2 weeks. But now, again, we're coming into a quality defense. Let's see what happens.
That makes sense. Got 2 teams in Texas. One's got a good defense. One's got a good offense. Can they merge? Since they're both in Texas?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like Voltron.
The Cowboys, that they're wasting probably Dak's MVP season. Who knows how it's going to go? But right now, he's playing well, and they're going to waste his season. I mean, just looking right now, and he won't get MVP, I don't think, just because the Cowboys won't be winners. I mean, right now, I guess it would go to Tampa Bay because, he's looking really good. But, and, they can still turn around. But I'm so disappointed the Eagles lost. And that gave us a chance for the Cowboys. They win that game, they're in the thick of things. Now, I don't know. I mean, it's like if they only somehow that defense could somehow come up with a linebacker who could disrupt the backfield, but they just don't have that linebacker that could disrupt them. Because if they could do that, it would make the backfields look better. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Cowboys? I was so hopeful, but
man, I mean, it's kind of what we've been talking about, right? I mean, the stars line up for the Cowboys to step into the next, stage, put themselves in a position, right? I personally predicted they were going to come in dead last, and they had an opportunity to move into number 2, or at least tie up with the Eagles, and they missed that opportunity. I mean, the Panthers came in and gave them hell, right? A last second field goal by Ryan Fitzgerald. But, I think a couple of things come to mind, right? Is that, to your point, Dak threw for 261 yards. He had 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
Cowboys only had 31 rushing yards. I mean, I mean, that makes it real easy for the defense to know what to expect when they know you have no run game whatsoever. So, I mean, the Panthers, they, 15 plays for 71 yards at one point. I mean, they converted a couple of 4th and 4s to keep the drive going. I mean, it wasn't like this beautiful game, but again, it's not that the Panthers won, the Cowboys lost, right? And it wasn't just one mistake. It was just their lack of a a running game and just to sustain drives on the ground. And again, if the defense knows everything is going to be a pass, whether it's a short pass or kind of a middle pass or something downfield, which Dak is having a good year because his completion ratio is good. But again, if you don't have the running game, you don't have that balance, and then the defense can look at the tape. They know, well, this team doesn't have a running game. We'll keep the safeties in the back, and there you go. So I don't know. I also saw Jerry Jones, his post game show. He was taking some questions and even giving some speculation that they may see some shakeups come down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, it was just a bad combo. This was a game that Dallas had to win. If they'd have won this game, things could be looking different going into let's call it the second quarter of the season, right? So, but here we are again. I don't know.
I mean, you know what? I don't think that they don't have a run game. I think they have a great run game. I just think that the Panthers stopped the run game yesterday. So,
how do you have a great run game if your defense is stopping you? What you over there smoking?
I didn't say great. I didn't say great. I said they have a run game.
Okay.
They really do, man. But you know what? Every game is situational, man. I mean, some games you're gonna throw the ball well. I just told you last year the Texans picked Jared Goff off 5 times. They lost. So, I mean, every game is situational. Man, I'm big on Dallas run game right now, man. I mean, I'm using that guy, Jalen Williams, right? Jake, is it Jalen? Jaren? What his name is?
I just don't Williams.
Thank you, Williams, because you give me some points in fantasy and on DraftKings. And yeah. So I'm gonna continue to ride that Cowboy running game, man.
Well, I'm glad you finding spots there that work for your benefit. But I mean, I'm still not on with you when you say they have even a good run team. I mean, Rico Dowley came in, his ex-team, he's the next Cowboy, and he had 183 rushing yards all by himself. Again, the Cowboys only had 31. That was just a poor. I don't know who's calling the plays out there, man. Stevie Wonder, like seriously, like what's going on? I don't know. If they have a good run game, they must have left it in the locker room because it sure as hell was not on the field.
We'll keep an eye on that for the next few weeks because, I'm telling you, you're not always gonna dominate every game. Well, it's just the way it goes,
man. But come on, I'm sorry, man. Like, I love the Cowboys, my team, but you just like I love my kids, but I get disappointed when they don't do what they're supposed to do. The Cowboys are getting these opportunities and they're letting opportunities pass them by. You said it, the Eagles lost. That should have sparked a fire inside of everybody on that team. Say, we have to win this game. We have to collectively to win this game. Speaking of fire, man, the Chiefs. Did y'all see the end of that game with Juju?
Oh man,
that got ugly.
Yeah, make sure you shake hands with
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, make sure you shake hands with Patrick Mahomes. They take up for him even if you leave his hand standing. Shake his hand.
Yeah.
Man, then they bought that guy upside the head. Shoot.
Oh yeah, man. That was something else, man. What's his name? Brian Branch, didn't shake Patrick Mahomes' hand. And then, of course, he goes and strike Juju Schuster in the face. I don't know. Then he comes back after the game and apologized. Talking about, I was acting childish. Really?
Yeah.
Acting you think so? I mean, the Lions head coach, Campbell said this was inexcusable. He apologized to Reed. He apologized to the chief and said it was unacceptable behavior from his team. I mean, on the field, Kansas needed that win because, of course, they were having a questionable season themselves.
Yeah, they are, yes.
But again, I just hate to see that it ended that way. That just was not cool. Like, seriously, you grown men. Yeah.
But what do y'all think about New England? They're looking like they may be coming out of the, rising up like a phoenix a little bit. I'm not going to say they're coming all the way back, but the reason I'm comparing it, did you see the pregame show for the Cowboys? the lady on the show was interviewing two Cowboys. And she was talking about the last time the Cowboys had won a championship. And she ended it by saying that was before she was alive. And now all of a sudden, the New England Patriots are looking fairly good, I guess. They got a good record going now. Never know, but I don't know if you watch their game or not or paying attention to them. I do because my daughter-in-law is from there.
We did talk about them before, man. First of all, Mike Vrabel. I don't trust anybody last name Vrabel. That's the first thing. Number two,
Okay.
They have an up and coming squad. I think that they're going to win some games. They probably make a wild card, but Drake May and then you got Stephon Diggs and you got a couple of good running backs that they're rotating. So they're gonna win some games. Yeah, they're not Tom Brady. They don't have the system that Tom Brady has. So they're not gonna go out there and blow teams out. They're gonna play and they're gonna play hard and they're gonna pull some wins off for sure.
Well, it used to be two in their conference. They don't have the easy teams in that conference. Used to be, I think, for a long time there. Almost automatically had 6 wins. They just had to find, another way to win 4 out of the other 10, and they're in the playoffs. More power to them. So, but now they do have to face the Bills, so that does give them a little more challenge with it too. One kicker. See, one kicker who had that. He would have had the 70-yard field goal, but just before he kicked it, the coach for the other team called a timeout. Now, that must be tough on him. Would have had us. Yeah. Would have had the record. I'm sorry, Marcus. You were going to say something.
Yeah, no. I mean, I on the flip side of like promising teams, right? Man, there's a couple of teams. I mean, they're just bad shape, right? The Ravens without Lamar Jackson, sliding to 1-5. That's surprising. I mean, you're just used to seeing that team, at the top. Kind of goes back to what we said at the beginning of the season. All it takes is an injury that changes. Yeah. Entire trajectory. And I don't know if you guys caught news, but it looks like the Titans they're done with Brian Callahan, 1-5 start, so he's out of there. So yeah.
But CeeDee Lamb, he almost could have played this last week and they held him out. I guess hopefully he can play next week. I don't want him to rush, of course, because we don't need to lose him for the rest of the season. But there's a possibility he comes back. But doesn't matter as long as that defense plays like it's playing. They just got to outscore them.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to win games. They're just going to outscore their opponents. That's, like they did that Giants game. Man, that Giants game was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's how they're going to win. That's how they're going to get their wins this season. They're going to have to go out there and just have a gun show and shoot it out with the opponent. And that's just the way it is.
I just got one more thing. I'm gonna switch.
Tell us the thing.
From the NFL to NCAA. I know this is my team, and I ain't there. You can talk about your Aggies all you want to.
Oh, yeah, come and talk about it.
Texas beating OU. Who would have thought it?
Texas beat OU.
23-6. Wow, okay. Old Manning, he had to redeem himself. 21 out of 27 passes for 166 yards. I was, I didn't get a chance to see all of the game, really, any of it, because I was, renewing my vows that day. But, at the end of the day, man, that was good. So I haven't had a chance to take a look at the rankings to see where we're at today. But Texas they should go back to a ranked team. I haven't had a chance to look at it today. But again, that was good to see them redeem themselves, especially after the prior week's loss.
Well, you guys are right. You said don't give up on Arch yet. You're a little bit down on him, but you said he'll come through. I think particularly Darryl, I think you were really strong that Arch will come back. And yep, he's looking like he is. Like you said, Marcus, maybe just too much pressure at the beginning of the season, ranking him 1 too early.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, he's got a lot of pressure. I mean, that last name comes with a lot of expectation.
Yep, it does.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Texas is number 21.
Oh, 21?
Texas, 21.
Okay. I figured they'd be in the top 20, so that's good. Yeah, okay. I mean, but, it started off number 1, and, it's like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. But I think that, obviously now that we're in a playoff system at the end of the postseason or at the end of the season, I think Texas still has a chance, right? It's slim, but they still have a chance, right? So, and I kind of appreciate this, right? Versus it just being a subjective call that is made, like how we've been doing it, how they've done it, historically, right? Now, you have to go through a tournament. You gotta, you get an opportunity to be an underdog and take out a favorite and work your way up. It happened,
Well, Darryl, what do you think about the A&M? Anything there?
A&M, man, it's a lot of speed on that field, and that defense. Again, here we are talking about defense, man. That defense is amazing. I read today where they were saying that on third down against opponents, they've only allowed 3 for 50 or something like that. My goodness, man. So big ups to Texas A&M, and then on offense, that speed, man, with Craver and with Casey Concepcion. Man, oh my goodness, man, they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then University of North Texas, go back with mine. They had the largest crowd in history at their stadium.
Mhm.
So big times. Unfortunately, they didn't pull it out, but they still had a big crowd. So that's really exciting for my old team. So
Mean Joe Green.
salute to Mean Green. Yep. All right, you guys, tell us what you think about the NFL so far. Surprising disappointments, hopes shattered. How about UT, A&M, UNT? How about those teams? Let us know in the comments. Like and share. We're glad you're with us. We'll see you later.
Peace.